Kyle here, and we are returning with a look at a brand new Isekai, one of the 4 new ones for the summer 2025 season. This one being Onmyo Kaiten Rebirth Verse by David Production. So park your Pacific Rim mech with the valet so we can take a look into this new world.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Normally, this is the point where I would mention the light novel origins, but this doesn't have any. We're looking at an original property by David Production, which is their first such anime after years of handling the reins on titles like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Cells at Work, and Fire Force, among a ton of other ones. They have built a pretty solid resume over the years, so already I want them to do well, and continue to create new original works. So how is Onmyo Kaiten?
This place has everything.
Mechs fighting kaijus, magic, little rodent mascots. I'm not going to lie, this checks off a lot of my anime interests and feels like it is a throwback to that late 90s, early 2000s anime that would have found a home in the Toonami block. It would have been a killer follow-up for something like Outlaw Star. It is fun, I enjoy the characters, and the fights are well animated and thought out. Well, at least in the first 3 episodes. We have seen titles not stick the landing after a great start. Overall, this is 1 part Yu Yu Hakusho, 1 part Tenchi Muyo, minus the harem, with mech fighting thrown in for good measure. And so far, David Production has handled it very well. While there is a manga adaptation released before the anime's premiere, this is definitely made with the anime in mind first. Also, since we don't have any previous work out there, we don't know where this story is heading yet. Currently, you can hop in and experience this new thing right now. A fault I found in Isekai based on light novels is the amount of story that is missing due to the change in mediums. And I've gotten great comments about this on my other videos. Characters that are one-dimensional in those animes have much richer backstories, story points are expanded upon, and things are clearing in the written version. Light novels have more room to expand the world in a way that is harder for a normal 12-episode, 30-minute show could ever hope to do. Here though, David Production has built the story around the medium of anime, so they have an opportunity to craft it in the best possible way, as they aren't beholden to existing stories or expectations. Obviously, this isn't a guarantee of success, but what I have witnessed in the first 3 episodes, I think has been very cool. It feels like a love letter to these older style of animes that I grew up with, and I mean that in the best possible way. So let's take a look at the story, and I'll show you exactly what we are looking at. We start with our hero Takeru in a world not our own, being chased by monsters until he's saved by Tsukumiya, who pulls him to safety. Except this is a dream. In fact, the 1999th time he has seen her in his dream, or in this case, concussion blackout? Turns out Takeru is very much a high school delinquent in the Yusuke Urameshi mold, and getting into fights. Though with a don't admit defeat even if you are dead mentality, he has full shonen hero vibes. I mean, it is the name of the first episode too. While driving his moped one day, he witnesses Tsukumiya's pet mouse thing, not Pikachu, running on the road in our world. In an effort to save it, Takeru jumps into action literally. Unlike so many others we have seen here on Isekai, Takeru does manage to defeat Truck-kun and make the save. Sadly though, the true final boss, Gravity, gets the killing blow by sending him off the cliff. This results in him crashing in the middle of Tsukumiya's performance in the futuristic town of Hyankyo, which he quickly realizes as the black mist engulfs a section of the town. Everyone caught in the mist is cocooned in crystallized mist, it seems, and the area is attacked by evil kaiju called Oni here. Except for Takeru, that is. He is able to get caught in the mist and still be able to move around. And his first idea is to obviously fight the Oni hand to hand. Luckily, he is assisted by Shikigami, mechs controlled by spirit energy, piloted by 2 people called Onmyo G. Now I say watch this, as I don't want to spoil too much, as the first episode does have a big twist at the end. That was a fun hook for me, and made me want to come back. After the fight, Takeru is taken in by the Onmyo G, and finds a friend and mentor in Atsunega, who starts to teach him how to harness his spirit power to use the Shikigami. This puts a bit of strain on Atsunaga's relationship with his co-pilot, Yura, and her and Takeru end up getting in a fight in the 3rd episode, but come together to fight the Oni later. Unfortunately, Tsukumiya is caught in the latest Black Mist event, and mysteriously, the Oni seem to target her specifically, furthering the mystery of the connection between the two characters and why Takeru has been dreaming of her for so long. Luckily for Takeru, he has access to moves others do not, which includes a glitch mode that helps him heal, as well as a berserker mode in and out of the mech. This results in the mech going all crazy to reflect his power, and it's pretty cool. Being early in the series, we don't know the full extent of this power or even why exactly he has it. He traveled to this world without any primer or angel character to tell him why he is here. This power, though, isn't perfect, as he does start to lose control at the end of episode 3. Now, time to ask, does it need to be an isekai? From what we have been given so far, yeah. It works to tell the story, and things have been set up in a way that just being an outsider to the town doesn't make much sense. Takeru, being from another world, also works better than, say, new recruit to the Onmyo. Also, unlike a lot of other isekais, where characters never seem to mention they are from another world, Takeru is rather upfront about it to the Onmyo and Tsukumiya, even if they don't quite believe him, and it takes him proving it over time with the crazy stuff he's able to do. Takeru also is much different than a lot of the isekai leads we have covered here in the past, as he is sure of himself, and is again from that shonen protagonist mold. He feels closer to an Ichigo, Yusuke, or Gene Starwind than even a Sid. He has a goal to protect Tsukumiya, and will do all he can to carry that out. Our two main Onmyo of Atsunaga and Yura probably have the next most screen time so far, and the ones we get to know the best in these episodes. Atsunaga is infatuated with Tsukumiya and may result in a bit of a love triangle there, which is stupid as the best girl Yura is right there. Sadly, so far we haven't gotten to know Tsukumiya, and she has only appeared in a handful of scenes, mostly as a damsel in distress, not as the character that risked herself to save Takeru in the dream from episode 1. So hopefully we'll get more to flesh her character out soon though, as it is still early and there is a lot of world building they had to do with the story first. Then there are other characters too, like Abe no Semi, who runs the Onmyo, and who I just don't trust. He seems like he's hiding something, and knows more about what is going on than he's letting on. What secrets are you hiding, Semi? End of the day though, this is an awesome throwback anime, and I am loving what they have given us so far. David Production has done some great design work from the characters, Oni, and Shikigami. I mean, look at that. They have some later Power Ranger Megazord feel to these designs. The world is interesting, and they seem to be building to something big. Unlike my last episode where the water magician just looked good, but was held back by their story, this one understands it. David Production has a long track record of doing high quality work on other people's property, and I'm wishing them the best here. We can always use more original anime stories, and not just adaptations of manga and light novels. Onmyo Kaiten Rebirth does wear a lot of its influences on its sleeve for sure. It isn't the most original story, but what it does do, it is doing it well. It is still early though, and we don't know where this will end up, so I may end up regretting what I say here. But for now, I would recommend checking this one out. This is a fun anime with a cool twist and mystery to it. I've so far watched a lot of isekais that didn't hold my interest, but the first 3 episodes here were super engaging and had a very good pace to it. I would even put it near the top of my list for summer 2025 animes I've watched in general as well. It is time to close this episode of Isekai. We are now 2 new summer isekais covered and have 2 more to go to get a full sweep of this season. I'm hoping the next ones can keep up this level of entertainment, though may be hard to do so for sure. It is very nice to find a surprise like this one, and maybe a big ask for sure for the other 2. Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra, and Uglymug Epicfighter. We'll be back soon, so keep an eye out for that, and subscribe to be the first to know when the next one is out. Until then, make sure to check both ways before crossing the street.